Disclaimer. The views expressed in this podcast are our personal opinions and do not necessarily reflect those of our significant others, families, or employers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Where does it go from a wife to a hoe? How many dates?
Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up.
What's going on? Welcome back to the Friendly Fade podcast. This is episode 15 with Reem the Dream and Nubs. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're feeling generous, turn on post notifications so you don't miss a banger. With that said and done, we can get into championship weekend. What do you have to say about what happened this past weekend and championship weekend in terms of the NFL playoffs?
First and foremost, man, let me introduce y'all to our guest for this week. We got my boy Sebastian. Just a little background. I mean, I've known this dude since we were both in diapers, basically, bro. So we go way back. I mean, he's basically my family at this point, bro. So welcome Sebastian to the pod, bro. It's been a minute. He is a fan as well, so he's been watching all of our episodes. So I appreciate him for the support and welcome, man, for the first time. We're happy to have you, bro, and we're ready to get into these topics with you. But yeah, man. So getting back to the NFL, bro. So we had two. I feel like we had two pretty good games, man. One of them I feel like was a little underwhelming. Speaking about the Chiefs and the Ravens, I think we all expected a little bit more from the Ravens side. And you know, some way, somehow, Lamar proved all of his doubters correct. And he choked in a big game, bro. So that's what I took away from that game. And you know, just he for me, he didn't perform, bro. Like he really like he tried to be something that he isn't. I don't know if y'all were watching the game, bro. But my man sat in that pocket I don't know why, for how long. Like nobody was open. Dude, take off. Your first read ain't there. Typically Lamar just takes off after his first read ain't there, bro. Like they're giving you the lane, but at that point they're saying that you don't even want to run. All right, cool, bro. And if you watch football, you know the Chiefs got some of the best corners in the game. So their secondary is solid. So, I mean, what do you do at that point? You got to scramble, man. And I'm looking at a couple stats here. Lamar had 8 carries for 54 yards the whole game. Like, that's crazy, bro. Like, your recipe for success the whole season has been Lamar scrambling. And 8 carries, 54 yards, that's just pathetic to me. Overall, 20 for 37, 272 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. So, yeah, man, I think he had a terrible game, in my opinion. He once again just proved the doubters are correct, proved the doubters right. So just to show that he's not an elite QB like everybody thinks he is. Yeah, he's going to win the second MVP most likely, but what does he got to show for it? 2 MVPs with no significant wins in your career. Like who cares, dude? At that point, like really, like honestly, like nobody really cares. But yeah, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. I was disappointed by the loss by the Ravens. I was hoping they can pull it off, but obviously they didn't. So I kind of want to hear what y'all got to say about it.
All right. So for me, I don't know, man. I think first of all, pleasure being here, fellas. But for me, first of all, the whole thing about Lamar, a lot of people are saying he choked and shit, and I don't personally think so. Like it's like I feel like the coaching staff is who choked here, right? Like they kind of like played him in a way that they haven't all season. I don't know what the fuck game plan that was. Obviously, that was all messed up. Like you mentioned right here, 8 carries for 50, however many yards that was, right? Like on a decent, any other quarterback in the league gets 8 carries and 50 some yards. You're like, look at that. He's a dual threat. He can do that also. But with Lamar, for some reason, you want him to go for over 100, thinking he's, kind of like a running back. But I disagree with that concept. I think this is the first year that Lamar has had like a legit like receiving core. And when I say legit, what's beyond like Zay Flowers? You know what I mean? I know Odell was there, but he's had moments. He's there for a good, solid 2 catches a game that gain a first yard, and no knock on him. One of the best receivers we've seen in our time. Right?
He's past his prime, bro. We can keep it a buck. He's past his prime.
No knock. He's past his prime. So that's my point. It's like there's beyond Zay Flowers has balled out, like no doubt. Yeah. Unfortunately, Mark Andrews got hurt, and clearly, like I don't think he was actually like fully healthy because he wasn't not like he wasn't nowhere to be seen. Like
Yeah, he had one catch. He had one catch the whole game, my boy. Like
I think it was 2 catches, right?
two catches for 15 yards.
Yeah, I had him on my parlay. It was for over a catch and a half, so I know he had the 2 catches. You know what I mean? So it's like, and I feel like it wasn't much, and they didn't lean on their running game. The few times that they did, there was a play early on where Lamar broke out, and it kind of looked like he slowed down. They tackled him late. He busted out right through the middle and went. I thought he was gone for a touchdown, and he slowed down on there. So I don't know. I think overall, defense held up. They only allowed 17 points in the first half, nothing else. So, like it wasn't as good of a game as we expected because we wanted more scoring, especially with Baltimore playing against Kansas City. But overall, Lamar didn't show up. I agree with you, but I don't think he choked. I think that they'll get themselves another solid receiver there next year. A decent running back that they can rely on, not Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards, heavy ass. Let's be serious. Like
he's a goal line back, bro.
And I feel bad for them because their running backs were always getting hurt. Like J.K. Dobbins balled out, to start off, and then got hurt. Like and I forgot who else they signed. And then it's just their rookie got hurt. Keaton Mitchell, I think that was his name. He got hurt also. And all those fast running backs they had got hurt. So I just feel like they need a few more players around, and I think they'll be fine to compete again. But Lamar just got paid. He's a fucking baller. I don't think you can say he's not a top quarterback in the league, and he's showed that he can do more than just run. So I ain't gonna accept no Lamar fucking slander out here, bro. You
about to get the Lamar slander, my boy. Because I can tell you right now, Harry and I are not believers in Lamar, bro. But I'm gonna let
First of all, you flip flop. You flip flop. As a watcher of the show, I'll tell you flip flop because you start off saying he's ass, and then when he balls out, you're on his side. So you can't be saying this shit right now. I don't agree.
We'll get back to that, Sebastian. I'm glad you brought that up, but I'm gonna let Harry go and give his thoughts about the game.
Extremely disappointed in Lamar. Whether I believe in him or not, he's a Broward boy, so I was rooting for him.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I know better. He had the world fooled. He didn't have me fooled, and I was that close to give him that praise because for most of the season, his passing game has looked improved. His accuracy has been there. I think I was on my way this year to kind of closing my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Shutting up, but he reverted back to his true colors.
Yeah.
I can't sit here and say that I don't think he choked. In the Lamar we get in the playoffs is 100% totally different from the Lamar we get in the regular season. When Lamar is being Lamar, that team averages 30 points a game. But when Lamar loses in the playoffs, you want to know how many points that team averages when he loses? When it matters most, that team averages 10 points a game. You're not beating nobody scoring 10 points.
Yeah, you're in the NFL, you're not beating nobody with 10 points, my boy.
For God's sakes, that's amazing to me. And he reminds me of a guy. If I had to compare him to somebody, it's in the NBA, it's James Harden, man. James Harden. He's all regular season, and when it comes to the playoffs, we just don't get that same guy, and it's unfortunate because he has all the tools, but it's a matter of like I told you, Kareem. When guys have been there over and over again, you can't bet against those guys because they know how to get it done when it matters. It's 6 straight now, AFC championships in a row, right?
Yeah.
And to my credit, didn't I tell you a couple weeks ago that he will win 2 away games to shut you up too?
Yeah. Yeah, and he shut me up, bro.
Wait. You said championships in a row. You mean championship game appearances? Because he ain't winning 6 in a row.
Oh yeah, 6 appearances. 6 appearances. Yeah.
Yeah, AFC championships. That speaks volumes to me. I just couldn't really bet that Lamar was going to get the job done, and he showed me his true colors. And the other thing is going in there, everybody was talking about that Ravens defense and then doubting that Chiefs defense, they're a bunch of scrubs. They're a top 10 defense. And I told you a week ago, if you guys want to find the clip when we edit this shit and throw that up, that defense was going to give Lamar problems. And look what happened. That guy, I don't know, man. I thought we would have played a little bit better. That interception in the end zone was ugly, bro. Ugly.
That was bad, bro. And nobody could figure out what the hell he was looking at, bro. They looked at the tape. They're like, "Yo, what are you looking at? What are you seeing that we're not seeing, dog? Please help us understand."
Yeah, likely. I think likely was the receiver on there, right? And I think he
Yeah,
had his hand up. He was like in triple coverage, and he's like talking about like he's
yeah.
open.
Talk about bro. Put your damn hand down, bro. Like what are you doing? But
Yeah, no,
I mean, bro.
the big problem with Lamar also, like you said, Kareem, too, is the fact that he let the media and the world get into his head, and they're like, man, I have something to prove out there. I got to win with my arm. And with that thinking, these guys forget about their bread and butter, what got them there in the first place. It's like if you went out and win that game, nobody cares how the hell you did it, as long as you win the game.
Yeah, it's not him.
Like, oh, he didn't throw the ball enough. You know what I'm saying? No, he got the job done. He's going to the Super Bowl. What more can anybody say? He got the job done. That's it. All the Lamar slander would have been gone because he didn't even have to win in the Super Bowl to get credit. Honestly,
Absolutely.
He ain't calling the plays, bro. It's not him calling the plays. They got
just to
coaches.
kind of close out my opinion on Lamar and the Ravens is they could get better, but the problem is that their best chance was this year. Like the Kansas City Chiefs, they never looked as bad as they look this year. Do you think that's going to keep happening? Like, no, they're just going to come back and they're going to get more weapons, especially if they win the ship. More guys are going to want to be there. You know what I'm saying? So freaking Joe Burrow, he got hurt. He's coming back reloaded next year, bro. Reloaded. So, I mean, is he going to get back to the AFC Championship ever in his career? I don't know. To be honest, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, going back to what Sebastian was saying earlier, that, when Lamar was balling, I gave him his praise, and then when he sucks, I say he's ass. Listen, man, I'm gonna give credit where credit's due, and Lamar did play very well towards the end of the season, going into the postseason, which is why he's winning that MVP, because he surged at the right time, right? Because in the beginning of the season, he wasn't looking too great. Let's be real, bro, because I know that for a fact because I had him on my fantasy team, so I know he was giving me issues early in the season. And then towards the end, he obviously won me my championship. So I'm like, oh, bet. All right, he's surging at the right time. Go into the playoffs, do what you got to do, and you're gonna make it to the Super Bowl. And the whole time I'm praising him, and even Harry knows, bro. Like I've every year I've been very critical of Lamar. I've always said, bro, he's not a passer. He's not a pure passer. All he has is his legs, and once they shut that down, bro, he cannot stand in that pocket and throw the ball. He is not that guy. He is not accurate, as you guys saw. He overthrew like 5 receivers. All right, the one to Zay Flowers, where Zay Flowers got that taunting penalty. Flowers was waiting there for a minute before he got that ball. If Lamar delivers him that ball early, Flowers is gone in the end zone, and we don't have to worry about that fumble at the 1-yard line. So I'm gonna put that on Lamar too. So yeah, Flowers is an idiot. He's a rookie. He made a mistake taunting and then fumbled at the 1-yard line. But I'm not gonna hold that against him too much, man. Lamar is a quarterback. He's the leader of the team. He needs to get that ball to Flowers early on. Flowers burned the corner. He was at the right spot waiting for that ball, bro. And when Lamar finally delivered that ball, he lobbed it. It was like dude was waiting for the ball, even after he came off his hand. So yeah, man. So I'm gonna put this loss on Lamar and solely Lamar, as well as his offensive coordinator, Sebastian. You make a good point. He doesn't call the plays, and his offensive coordinator should have known freaking better and put Lamar in a position to win. And how does Lamar win? Is with his damn legs. All right. Number 2, they didn't run the ball enough because they were the number 1 rushing team in the league this year, and they decided not to run the ball. All they wanted to do was Lamar drop back and pass the ball. You are not Patrick Mahomes, bro. Like, that is not your game. You're not Peyton Manning. You're not Drew Brees. You're not Tom Brady. You're not a pocket passer. You've never been, and you never will be, all right? You can improve on your passing, further down the line, but that is not your game, Lamar. Like Harry said, that is not your bread and butter. Stick to what you do best, all right? And I think that screwed them. So speaking of Patrick Mahomes, Pat isn't going anywhere no time soon. Dude's been playing. He's 6 years into the league, and he has a lot of time left in his career. All right. And as far as the AFC Championship and the AFC is concerned, anybody in the AFC that ain't Patrick Mahomes, y'all can kiss the Super Bowl goodbye because y'all ain't getting there. Y'all got to go through Pat. And let me tell you, this year might be the only year where y'all gonna have to. Pat's gonna be in the road because coming the next few years, the Chiefs are going to get better. They're going to get better receivers. They're not going to be dropping the ball. Their defense is only going to get better. And these dudes are going to have the number 1 seed probably every damn year moving forward, which means the road goes to Arrowhead Stadium. and they don't lose at Arrowhead Stadium unless your name is Tom Edward Brady. So unless Tom Brady come out of retirement anytime soon, ain't nobody beating them at Arrowhead. So I'm just saying, now.
Thank you. You're wild and whatever.
What you mean?
I mean, I don't know, man. Honestly, I hope that doesn't happen. I'm sick of it. Like, come on, I'm tired of seeing that man on, like, I don't want to sound like I'm hating, but I am hating. Fuck him. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I don't want to deal with this motherfucker. Now they got Taylor Swift on my TV every single time too. Like, it's just I don't want to deal with it personally. You know what I mean? And then also, like, the same way you're saying Patrick Mahomes not going away, but it's the NFL, y'all boys. This is the hardest sport. For them to come back, even for him to come back to have 6 straight appearances in the championship games, that's fucking wild. And like, I don't think we've seen that in a long time. You know what I mean? So like, it's just, I know he's not gonna go away, but these other teams are gonna get better. Also, Lamar's gonna get better. Joe Burrow's gonna be back. Like Harry mentioned earlier. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, and the Bills are still gonna be here. Josh Allen's still here. I know that we don't really count them, but they're here every regular season. They're here. So. And the Chiefs just gotta pray they stay healthy, because if they don't, injuries happen to everybody, man. Like, you can't tell me they're just gonna be fine for the next fucking decade and nothing's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
As long as it's not Pat who gets hurt, they got a shot.
That's
right,
what I'm saying, bro.
You're right, though. I'm gonna just say though, there was one thing that did it that was the best move, is benching Kadarius Toney, because that man was going off on social media, fucking pissed off, talking about he's not hurt. And it's like, bro, you might as well say you are. Help yourself out, buddy. Like, don't do this shit, because, bro, you wouldn't have done well out there anyways. So it don't matter. Just say you hurt and then leave in the offseason with your fucking ring and be happy, bro. Like,
facts. No, that's facts. This man, we already know you're not hurt, my boy. We know you ain't hurt, but we know you also trash and you ain't catching balls. So Pat don't want you out on that field, bro. But what I was saying to the other day, Sebastian, is that Pat is MJ of the 90s, and nobody was winning rings when MJ was in his prime, bro. So as long as Pat is in his prime, I don't think anybody in the AFC at least is reaching the Super Bowl. NFC might have a chance because obviously NFC they're gonna get better as well, and they could contend and they could compete, and we're gonna get to that in a little bit when we do our Super Bowl predictions. But as far as the AFC is concerned, bro, Burrow, I don't know if that team's gonna get any better, bro. The Bills, how many chances have they had? Pat Mahomes is their kryptonite. The Ravens, I don't see them going back, man. The Dolphins, don't get me started on those bums. With Tua can't play under 50-degree weather. Yeah, I mean, bro, Justin Herbert, maybe we'll see what happens with John Harbaugh. But I mean, who else can y'all name really that can really compete with the Chiefs and that can get to some even close to Pat's level, of greatness, of superiority, right? So I mean, like I said, I was gonna shut up once he won those 2 away games to make it to the Super Bowl, and he shut my ass up, and I'm done. I'm done doubting that man, bro. I would never doubt him again.
All right, I mean, I think we're good on that particular game. If you guys want to go into the Lions and the 49ers, so
yeah, but so man, so we had another game, boys. We had moving on to the NFC side. We had the 49ers and the Lions. It was a good game. We had some interesting shit happen that one, man. So Sebastian, I want to hear your thoughts on that, bro. What you think about that game? The outcome.
You want to talk about a fucking choke job, right? Let's talk about a choke job. Everyone's fucking saying Baltimore choked, but no, I think Detroit choked. I think Dan Campbell choked. I think the moment was too big for him. A gambling man. Like this shit's fucking hilarious. I saw there was a notification I got today. They said he gambled, especially with the last minute timeout, and then he paid for it. And I'm like, bro, what do you mean? That's where you gambled, bro? You had all these, it's take the points. You're up so big. Mm-hmm. Take the points. That's what Kansas City did, because they took the points when they were up they were up 2 touchdowns. They took the points, make it up 17 before the half. And if Zay Flowers didn't fumble, it would have been 17-14. At least you took the fucking points. Dan Campbell is a greedy motherfucker, and he didn't take the points. He wanted the touchdowns, and that shit bit him in the ass. He was always talking about biting kneecaps. Well, he got his ass chewed. That's it. That's all it was. This man really fumbled the bag. This is the definition of fumbling it. Like I said, the moment was too big for him. Detroit has never fucking made it to the fucking. They never won a playoff game in however fucking long. They made it this far. Imagine after all this time, you just making the playoffs. You make the Super Bowl, and Dan Campbell would have cried his heart. He would have cried his eyes out. It would have been too much. Like it was too much for him. Unfortunately, also Josh Reynolds needed to be cut today, and that's it. As an Eagles fan, I hate the 49ers. They just talk so much shit for a team who hasn't done shit. You know what I mean? They haven't won nothing. And I can't remember last time they won anything. But they talk
94. 94 was the last time they won a chip.
You know, they talk shit. I was 2 years old, bro. That shit's wild, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they talk like they're America's team, and they not. You know what I mean? Like, they don't even got that title,
bro.
It frustrates me so much, and the fact that they had that comeback. I guess whatever. Like, I don't want to even give him props for the comeback because Dan Campbell just he choked that fucking game away. It's ridiculous. Like, I mean, he shouldn't get no free beer nowhere in Detroit. Like, nowhere at all. Like, fuck his free passes, everything. Like, just make him pay everything.
You know how a little bit ago we were talking about how the Miami Heat they exceeded expectations in the playoffs and then got burnt in the NBA finals, and it doesn't mean shit how far we got, especially if you lose in the game that matters most. So I mean, Sam and the rest of these Detroit Lions fans are gonna be mad at me, but that's all I was hearing that night was if we lose, it was a successful season, and I was just like, come on, man, that's losing hope already. And then I was really hoping they would pull it off, and that first half, they looked great. Like they were literally doing whatever they wanted to that San Francisco 49ers defense. Yeah. And it's funny because Sam's mom's man was saying at halftime before the second half even started, and he was like, we have a comfortable lead, but I'm still very nervous. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to celebrate too early and whatnot. And boy, was he right, man. And total different team in that second half. And it does come down to Dan Campbell. He really took the momentum out of his team with his decisions, the decisions that he made, because some of those things wouldn't have happened if you would just take the points. You know what I'm saying? You're a little bit more calmer. You have like a little bit more room for error, opens up the playbook a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? You're not on edge, and they weren't able to get the job done, unfortunately. But shout out to Brock Purdy. He didn't have a superb game, but he made the right plays when they needed it most. Those third and longs where he would just get to the first down with his legs. Unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable. Because for a guy that, can get out of the pocket and, go get the first down with his legs, like, he's actually pretty damn athletic. Like, I was impressed with the plays.
Yeah, that boy got wheels for sure.
Yeah. So shout out to the 49ers. They're in the Super Bowl. We'll see if they can get the job done. Hopefully they can, because I know as far as the United States of America, everybody's pulling for them. Nobody wants to see the Kansas City Chiefs on top again. So we'll see what happens,
Yeah, no doubt, man. Both of y'all make pretty good points. I mean, I think we can all agree that the Lions choked that game away. There's no excuse for it. You're up 24-7 going into the half. All you got to do is run the ball, get to a field goal at least, kick the field goal, take the points. And I think if you do that, I think you win. Even if the Niners somehow scoring every possession, you can still win by 3 points, right? I think we can all agree on that. But because Dan Campbell decided he wanted to put the game away early in the third quarter instead of waiting, being patient and trust your team, he decides, I'm going to go for it in a fourth down twice. And your boy Reynolds, with the hands of brick, cannot catch a ball to save his life, and he costs you, bro. I mean, if you're going on fourth down, you put the ball in the playmaker's hands, bro. You put the ball in St. Brown's hand, or you put the ball in Sam Laporta's hand, because those are the boys that are gonna take you home, and they're those are the ones that are gonna be able to catch that ball regardless of the situation, right? You don't throw to Josh Reynolds. All right. So that was the first mistake. That was a terrible play call on their part. Number two, they should never even went for it on fourth down. You're in field goal range. Kick the damn field goal. Take the points. Just extend your lead a little bit more. And I think if you extend that lead, that's just going to deflate the Niners and their fans because they're like, damn, this game's really getting away from us. But damn, once the Niners saw, oh, fourth down, they go for it, they miss it. Oh wait, we got a chance. Oh, hold on now. So now my boy Purdy goes from first half 7 for 15, 93 yards, and an interception, right? Okay, cool. Let's go back. Let's look this shit over. Let's make some adjustments. Boom. Detroit goes for it in fourth down in the second half, and all of a sudden Purdy goes 13 for 16 in the second half, 174 yards, a touchdown, and 49 rush yards, bro. And a lot of those rush yards that came were for first downs, like Harry was saying, some big first downs that they needed him to make, and he made some crucial throws. He made some crucial plays when it mattered. And that's what I'm saying. We need to stop with the Brock Purdy slander and saying that the man is a game manager, bro. He is not a game manager. A game manager cannot make those plays at such a big stage. Going for a comeback. It's easy to play when you're ahead, bro. Everybody knows that. When you're ahead, it's easy. But when you're behind and you got to bring your team back, made those plays, and he brought them boys back. So kudos to him, and all respect to that dude. I can't say enough about him. Second year in the league, first full year as a starter. Gotta give him his props, man. But yeah, at the end of the day, 49ers did what they had to do. They showed you that they're experienced. They've been there before, and they just kept it cool, man. They kept their poise, and they made their run and came back at home. So kudos to them, bro.
I saw a meme that said Dan Campbell when he's playing blackjack and he has 18. He said, "Hit me."
Dude got a gambling addiction, bro.
This man is sick, bro. He's sick.
Yeah, that's you put that on him, man. And Jared Goff played a great game too, man. So you feel bad for him because he did what he was supposed to do, bro. The whole team played great. That's not on the team. That's the coach. The coach messed it up for them. So all right, moving on, man. We'll do quick Super Bowl predictions, and then we can move on to the next segment. So yeah, man. So we got Super Bowl set, boys. We got Niners Chiefs. I believe the Chiefs are currently Niners are favored by 1 point right now, which is basically nothing. They're just telling you that they don't even know how the game is going to go at this point, right? There's no clear-cut favorite. So who y'all taking for this one, man? Let me know. I want to hear your prediction.
I know both of y'all are going to pick the Niners, so I'm going to pick the Chiefs. As much as I don't want to see him win, I'd rather see Kansas City win instead of the 49ers. We've been dealing with them already. It was one more year. Why not? This is the all-time I don't give a fuck ball. I know it's going to be a good game, but I just hate both teams. You know what I mean? And it's just it's kind of frustrating that this is the kind of game we're going to have to see. I hope that we don't see Taylor Swift on TV as much. No knock against her. I'm just I'm here to watch a football game. Put her during the halftime. I don't know. Make her go perform. I don't know what they're going to do. Like, just do something. I don't want to see her on there. But other than that, I think it's going to be a good game, man. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to light it up. 49ers have showed that they can get got. They definitely can get got. They could have got the round before. They could have got like this weekend, and they're going to get got right now. Ain't no way we're going to have Brock Purdy over here lifting a Super Bowl fucking championship and everything. I'll be upset. I can't deal with that. Nah, it's just Patrick Mahomes is his anyways, like just whatever. He's used to it by now. Let's give it to him and be done.
What you got?
Damn, Sebastian, you just went with the team that you hate a little less, right?
Exactly.
It just can't be San Fran, right?
Nah, fuck San Fran. Man.
Nah, I feel you. But I mean, bro, how are you gonna say that I'm gonna choose the Niners? I got the Chiefs. I mean, I've been rocking with them this whole playoff run. Again, I'm picking that defense to stay hot and bring problems to Brock Purdy. We'll see if he's going to be able to make those same plays with his legs this or in the Super Bowl. Because if he does, man, that guy, if he's able to pull it off, he'll hit like that superstardom real quick, bro. And which is wild because he's only two years in. But I still think Pat Mahomes is going to get the job done. He still didn't play well this past week. He was kind of he played kind of like a game manager, or whatnot, but that defense held it down. They're the reason why they won that game for the most part. And I think he's going to play significantly better in the Super Bowl. I mean, it's the brightest lights, it's the biggest game, and that's when he shows up the most. So I don't see how that changes this year. They'll be hoisting the trophy once again.
Yeah, and there's a saying that goes, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, can't get fooled again." So hey, bro, I'm not falling for that shit again, dog. You said I was gonna go for the 49ers. You thought, my boy. I ain't falling for that again. It's gonna be the Chiefs, man. And I think both of y'all made some great points. That defense is hot, bro. They're good, dog. Like they make adjustments when they need it. And like you said, Sebastian, 49ers got. They can get got. And they're very vulnerable and they're sus, bro. On both sides of the ball. So because of that, bro, there's nothing that's telling me that the 49ers should win this game. We've seen the Chiefs in the playoffs are a different team from the regular season. That's not the same team that we saw in the regular season, bro. So that's why everybody's like, what the hell is this? So yeah, I mean, they're hot. They're in a hot streak right now. They have the best quarterback in the game. Their defense is good. Isaiah Pacheco ain't no scrub. They got a good running game. I mean, bro, I don't see any flaws in their game at all. So why would I sit here and pick the Niners over them when the Niners have plenty flaws on their side? So yeah, I'm not dumb, bro. I'm betting on the Chiefs. I'm putting my money on the Chiefs. And I expect the Chiefs to pull it off, to be honest. So that's my prediction for the Super Bowl. As much as I don't want it, we're just gonna have to deal with it one more year, unfortunately, man.
Y'all fooled me. I thought both of y'all were gonna pick San Fran. And we all might look stupid after the game.
No, I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, bro. I'll be real. I hope I'm wrong. But if I'm being honest, I just don't see how they lose that game, bro. I just don't. I don't, man. Like I'm not even gonna say, but yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it happening. All right, yo. So for this week, man, we're gonna bring it back. We're gonna bring back fair or foul this week, man. We got a little interesting topic that Harry brought to my attention today, man. I'm gonna pull it up for y'all right here. Right. So this guy comes on social media. He says, my fiance and I have been together for 2 years. When I proposed, she moved in. I pay all the bills, and on top of that, I've been handling all of the wedding planning expenses. I came to her and asked her if we could go 50-50 on the bills until the wedding is over, right? Money is a little tight when this wedding is $75K. Okay, that's a lot. She flipped out on me and told me her going 50-50 is a roommate situation, and that is not for her wife. She says she's not comfortable going half because as a man, I should take care of the household. Mind you, she makes over 85K annually from her job and can splurge freely because I cover everything. She said her dad told her she should think about going through with the marriage because I'm not a provider for asking her to go half. What do you think I should do? All right, boys, we got to give our boy here a little bit of advice. What are your thoughts, and what do you think you should do here?
And you said her father as well said that she should think about leaving that relationship too.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, her father is one of a kind as well, because that's kind of surprising, honestly. I actually thought he would have said the contrary to that. So very surprising. I mean, come on, man, foul. If I'm having that type of conversation with my girl and she can't even hold it down till after the wedding, that tells me everything I need to know. And the fact that she's there even complaining about that when she makes that type of money, it shows that that a lot of times we are sitting here taking the L and they could splurge, and we ask for a little bit of help and we can't even get that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, if I was him, I would even think about at this point letting her walk, because that's kind of ridiculous to me, and I wouldn't want to be in that situation at all. And I mean, I don't really have too much to say because there's no way I'm putting up with that. That tells me everything I need to know about the girl.
I mean, this shit is wild to me, yo. How some people can like have this kind of state of mind. You know what I mean? Like, I think her comment was that, what you say, it's like going 50-50 is a roommate situation. So are we roommates when this is over also? Like when we divorced and are we roommates? Do you automatically deserve 50% at that point then? You know what I mean? Like it's like these things kind of blow on. And you say like right here, as you read it, because even when we did it earlier, like when I saw that, I'm like, nah, I'm not even reading the rest. But when you said she's making 80K, it's like, what are you doing with your money that you can't just go half on the bill? They didn't even ask you to take care of everything. They just asked you to go half and until a certain time. So that means usually he's taking care of everything already to begin with, and then he's giving you the wedding of your dreams. I'm sure it's not him that's making this wedding be this expensive. It's going to be because of you and what you want in there, and you can't. Nah, that kind of throws me off, and I think that it's a perfect time for that to happen because as he's realizing that he's marrying someone, maybe that's not what you want to go through with. If this is a conversation that y'all are having before then, because I guess to my understanding is like if y'all together, my money is your money in a sense, and your money is my money. So if my money's low right now, why can't we use yours?
Yeah, I mean that's valid, bro. And Harry, you said I'm asking you to hold it down. I'm not even asking you to hold it down, bro. I'm just asking you to pay 50% of the bills. Like I would somewhat maybe if the dude came out and said I need you to pay 100% of the bills, then I would be like, oh, that's kind of putting like a little strain on her too. But if my man's just asking like, yo, for temporarily until the wedding is over because of the expenses that I've that are going on right now, like just help me out 50% for now, just for now, and then after that we're gonna go back to what it was, and I'm paying all the bills. So for her to get upset about just asking, to help me out temporarily, to me that's a big red flag. To me, that is a no-go. That shows me who you are, and I can't have a partner like that, bro. That is that selfish and that can't even see where I'm coming from and be like, okay, you know what? He is making an effort. He is doing a lot to give me my dream wedding, and the least I can do is help him out financially instead of blowing my money on designer and all this other nonsense that she's probably spending her money on, right? So let's cut back a little bit and let me help you out with the bills, make sure we're good, and make sure we're able to afford everything post-wedding. And then obviously once we get our money right, I can go back to just you paying majority of the bills. So again, and for her dad to be like, oh, you should reconsider this marriage, her dad's a piece of shit too. That dude's a bum. Like
for that shit.
Yeah. Matter of fact, yeah. Traditionally, ain't the bride's parents supposed to be paying for the wedding? So the fact that he ain't even paying for that shit, what your broke ass doing, Dad?
He want to talk.
I want to know, because if you're talking all this shit, then what are you contributing to this? Because really, you're supposed to be paying for that wedding. Because if my man's not got to pay for that $75,000 wedding, then I'm sure he's not going to be asking him to go 50-50, right? Because they already had an arrangement where he's already paying the majority of the bills. So only reason why he's asking her to go 50-50 right now is because he's having to pay for a $75,000 wedding, right? Where you're feeding a bunch of motherfuckers that really don't even like you like that for one night, bro. Like I've always been against weddings. I think unless you're rolling in dough, you're a millionaire, and you can afford to just throw money away, bro. I'm against like big weddings. I think that's just dumb. Save your money for fucking to buy a home together, to start your life together. That's what you should be spending that money on. But $75K for a wedding that for pictures, basically you're just paying for fucking pictures and memories, and who knows how long that shit's gonna last with her mentality. That marriage ain't gonna last more than 2 years probably. So it's like, bro, like to me that's foul, bro. And I think he should really reconsider even being with this chick. If not postpone, worst case scenario, postpone the damn wedding and be like, until you could get your shit together and you can help me out and have the right mentality. Maybe you're not ready for this. Right? Maybe you need to grow up a little bit.
Maybe not postpone, like there has to be like some compromise on one side, like maybe not make it a 75K wedding, make it a fucking 50K wedding, and then you don't gotta fucking go half on my bills until the wedding date. You know what I mean? Like like I said earlier, it's like there has to be a reason why it's 76K, because it's her shit. She probably wants like a specific design, like a specific decor and all that shit. And then it's like, okay, so it's just being unreasonable.
Women always want the extra shit, bro. Men don't give a fuck. If you give 9 times out of 10,
we just there. Hey, I'm here.
Bro, 9 times out of 10, if you give a man the option of, hey, do you want a wedding or do you just want to elope and then just buy property? Dog, the man's gonna be like, oh, what? No wedding? Oh yeah, say less. I don't want that. Like that's not even necessary, dude. Because most men don't want that shit. Weddings are for females, bro. Like that, it's not a man's thing, and I think everybody knows that. Most men, I think, can agree to that. So,
and also let's not get it twisted. Like I think Sebastian said, what is she doing with her money? Trust me, it's not that she's not capable of paying it. She got the money to pay it. She just doesn't think that she needs to pay it. Like she shouldn't be in a position to pay it, which is ridiculous to me. I mean, because that's a lot of money. She don't even have to cut back on shit. You know what I'm saying? She could do her shopping and everything, and she could still afford 50%, bro.
Imagine making 85K and you're only asked to pay like a cell phone bill. Like, bro, like where's the rest of your money? Like, bro, come on now. Like you can't be like, oh, you know what? I'll help you go half on rent, for a couple months. That should help out a little. That should alleviate some pressure on you, right? Like, oh, and it's crazy too, because I feel like some people just need to realize in this situation where he's just asking for this temporarily, man. Like and you could tell like he doesn't want her to be paying 50-50 for the rest of their life. Like he just needs it at the moment. Like, yo, help me out just for a little bit of time, and then after that, I got you. You can go back to doing. But it's like, bro, like to me, it makes no sense, dude.
And what's nuts is that, like, if they're getting married now or sometime soon or whatever the case may be, it's because he's shown for whatever long they've been dating is that he's been paying the bills. He's been able to provide. So to label him a guy that can't provide just because he's vulnerable in this particular moment for like a month or two or a couple months, whatever the case may be, is kind of ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So that's tough. So I mean, it's interesting. I wonder what he ended up doing or what he's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Because that would make me overthink a lot of things, and there's no way I'd be able to go through with it at this point. But I do think she's to blame. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, this kind of goes back to one of our previous episodes, Kareem, with living in your means. Mm-hmm. If you can't afford a $75K wedding, what are you doing dropping $75K on a wedding? I don't care what my girl wants. If I can't afford it, she ain't getting it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say it's kind of his fault, because as a man, like, yes, you got to provide, but at the same time, you have to know when to put your foot down. And she might want all this fancy shit, and if she's not willing to have a conversation and cut back on all this shit, then bro, she probably isn't the right chick for you, bro. So I don't know, man. She's definitely at fault, but he's in this situation because of himself as well. Like I'm not gonna let him go scot-free on this one either, because that's a pretty ridiculous wedding. You could that's a down payment for fucking two cribs. Are you kidding me?
Facts, bro. I mean, yeah. At the end of the day, you choose your partner, bro. Ain't nobody choosing your partner for you. So if that's the kind of girl you choosing to marry and to spend the rest of your life with, it comes with the territory. Those are the kind of issues you're gonna run into. So that's, like you said, Harry. Yeah, we're not gonna let him go scot-free either on this one, bro. That he made his choice, and he's gonna have to stick with that shit, bro.
Yeah, he can afford it. Let's just make it clear. He can afford it.
Clearly.
All right, he just need a little help so he don't go completely broke during the he's dropping $75K out, boy. That's not no pocket change, you know what I mean? So he don't want to go broke in the meantime. So he's asking his girl, who he thinks he could ask that to help out. So y'all trying to flip it back on him. Now it's her. She the problem here.
Sebastian said, I'm putting all the blame on her, bro.
All on her.
I like it. You got anything else, Kareem, on the topic?
No. I mean, yeah. To me, like I said, I think overall, yeah, it's foul. And I think she's gonna have to take majority of blame on this one, bro.
Okay. So now that we got that one out of the way, I got an interesting one that I sent Kareem. I think it was this morning, or whatever the case may be. But all right. So does how long a woman make you wait for sex change your perspective on them? I'm very interested to see what you guys have to say on this one. So, we usually go clockwise, Kareem, so I don't know where you're going, Papa. But
damn, got my ass first, man. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, for this one, bro, I'm gonna say yes, man. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. I feel like if you go on a first date and you hit on the first date, to me, man, that's gonna give me some. That's gonna set me back a little bit. That's gonna give me some things to think about as far as like long term and moving forward with you, bro. Because that tells me, and I'm gonna be real, bro, and I'm a realist. Ain't nothing special about me. So if you let me hit the first night, what makes me think that you ain't let 10 other dudes before that hit in the first night? So what does that tell me about? Tell me about you as a female, that you just be giving it up just like that, right? So and we talked about this plenty of times on the pod, bro. Like with body count and promiscuous women. And to me, that just kind of tells me what kind of girl you are. If you're that type of girl that gives it up on the first date, and you've done it with multiple dudes, I'm sorry, I'm not interested, bro. So yeah, it makes me change. It's gonna change my perspective on you. And that's gonna, you might go, you're gonna go into that recreational use section. And it's just gonna be for fun, man. And I ain't gonna take you seriously. Yeah, because you've already shown me what type of person you are, and I'm just not interested in having that long term. So for me, yeah, the answer is absolutely.
Okay, so to kind of follow up on that, so what's the threshold for you in terms of how long is appropriate for them to have you wait for you to take them seriously?
Where does it go from a wife to a hoe? How many dates?
Oh man, there comes a lot of factors with that too. How long have I known you, right? Because just because I'm going on dates with you, that doesn't mean that we just met. We could have known each other for a couple of years, right? And it just never got that serious, right? But and then all of a sudden, 2 years later, something happened down the road, and then we started talking. I want to say first date to me is always a no. I mean, as a man, we're always gonna want to, but but it's always at the female's discretion to be like, nah, let's wait, let's take our time. And as a man, I think we respect that. As much as we were like, damn, I get to hit. I think we respect that, bro, deep down. And y'all could agree with me, and feel free to disagree if you don't agree, if you don't think so. But I think as a man, we're like, okay, she got a little bit of respect for herself. I appreciate that. Cool. Right. I think probably like third date, and obviously, like, I think for me that's like, damn, okay, like, bro, I definitely respect that. Second date, I don't know. I wouldn't be mad at the second date, to be honest. Because again, I think there's a lot of factors that comes into it. If you've known her for a while, and obviously y'all been talking for a minute, and you just finally now got to take her out. I think second date, bro, and then obviously y'all, you guys have that chemistry, and both of y'all, like, you see that it can go a little further. I think second date is fine, man. Second and third date, I think you're golden there.
Especially if you're that guy, right?
Especially if you're that guy.
But apparently you're not, because there's nothing special about you, apparently, bro.
I mean, I'm just being real, dog. I ain't nothing special about me. So like, bro, why am I gonna be like, oh well, she let me hit in the first date, I must be the first? Like, no, bro. Like, don't be dumb.
All right. I think y'all full of shit. First of all,
I don't think. Hey, don't judge me yet.
Okay, you're right. Kareem full of shit. Because what's the difference, bro, between the first date and then the second date? It's like, oh, you can think about the second date. Let's be real. You're walking in there as a man, right? And it's like, if she gave you the okay, you would have hit. And
I never said I wouldn't. I just said I never said I wouldn't.
Fam, listen, that would not change how you would think about that girl to begin with, because I think that I'm a firm believer, right? Into like, when you start talking to a girl, you already know what your objectives are. If she's gonna be wifey type or if she's gonna be a hoe. It's not when she lets you smash that you're gonna determine that. Like, and I think that if it's between like first date and third date, what's the difference? You just met that person. I don't think after the third date you can be like, yeah, be my girlfriend either. Like, that's way too early for me. Personally, we're gonna be kicking it for a while, you know what I mean? Like, it's like we're gonna be like, obviously, like, we're gonna talk. Okay, we talking. Okay, sure. No, we're not talking to other people, but I don't mean that we like full on. Because in third date, like, you don't know that person. You have no idea who that person is. You know what I mean? And of course, I'm not gonna wife you up unless we smash. So it's like I have to know everything before I even go there. So it's just I don't think the number matters. in a sense, because that's not going to affect how I'm going to look at you as a person. Because if anything, you might open my eyes up. Let's say first day we chilling. Obviously, we've been talking for a little bit already. We've been everything. We finally chilling, and then boom, it happens. I'm not gonna be like, damn, nah, she a hoe. I can't. I'm gonna be like, shit, yo, like if it was good, I need that shit again. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's how it's gonna go. So I don't think that has an impact towards that. Personally, I don't think that has an impact towards that. I think that if, like you said, there's different circumstances. If you know the person already, that's already one thing. But if it is someone you just met, and maybe y'all, like you said, y'all had the chemistry, y'all were vibing. Obviously, you got chemistry and you're vibing. If y'all are getting there, you know what I mean? It's not just because you're more special than someone else. Maybe she just had that chemistry with someone else too before, and it didn't lead to shit. But with you, if you have the intentions to, maybe it could. I don't know. I don't think that number matters.
A lot of very good points, right? Kareem, my guy. Because I mean, if you would ask me this question 10 years ago, I would be on your side. But I'm 33 years old now. We ain't got time to waste. We testing the merchandise right away if possible.
Bro.
And the thing with me is that I mean, personally, Kareem obviously thinks that if she waits the third date, she isn't a whore. Like, apparently. I mean, but
third date, first date, yes,
Don't
third
do that.
date, wifey. Yeah.
Don't do that, bro. That wasn't the question, bro. That wasn't the question.
I know that. It was just kind of me using it as an example because it's like wow, like yeah, you waited 2 more dates, so now apparently you go from being a hoe to a housewife like that. If you're a hoe, you're a hoe. It doesn't matter what day it is. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, just to kind of add to that is I would go by their other tendencies. I wouldn't, completely rule them out with just the first date. Because if you're that guy and you got that riz and you get it in on the first night, that's because you have certain qualities that this woman likes. You know what I'm saying? And whether if it's the first or third day, I just don't think it matters. I think if you're gonna find out whether she's promiscuous or not, you could find out other ways. And I mean, it goes down to a chemistry thing. Like I could, completely have a great time with one girl, and it's like it makes no sense to not end the night with sex or whatever the case may be. And then with another girl, she might make me wait. It just depends. I mean, every girl has their price, and that kind of sounds bad. And I don't mean it in terms of that, but I mean like they're looking for certain things, and if you meet those things, it doesn't matter if it's the first or the third night. They're gonna let you smash. You know what I'm saying? And I personally don't care about that anymore. But when I was younger, yeah, that would be a huge red flag for me, but not anymore.
Yeah, I mean, listen, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and completely disagree with y'all because I do think y'all made some good points. But for me, it's just that, like you said, Harry, like a hoe's a hoe, right? So if she's a hoe, she's gonna behave like a hoe. So right. And typically, if you're a hoe and you're gonna behave like a hoe, you're gonna let me hit on the first night. So to me, that's just an indicator. If I'm able to smash on the first night, what I'm saying is that's an indicator that you know what it does is I throw up a red flag, my ears perk up, and now I'm looking out for other things that I need to observe and I need to see you do. Because I'm not like I said, I never said it was like, oh, if I smash on the first night, you're done, like it's over. All I said recreational use. I said you might get put into that recreational use section, right?
I'm gonna throw the red flag. We're gonna go back on that one and rewind.
He definitely said recreational use.
You're gonna throw the challenge flag? Damn! All right, we're gonna have to go back and look at this one. But no, I'm not saying. All right, bro. I might have to wind it back a little bit. You're not gonna be completely disqualified. For me, it's just gonna be an indicator that you have hoe tendencies, and you to me that might make me take a step back just a little bit. Is what I'm trying to say. I think to me, I guess it matters a little bit more to me than this y'all. And obviously, like, hey man, y'all entitled to your opinion, and I feel like I could give mine, and that's just kind of like the way I think about it a little bit, right? Now, some people might find it immature, whatever the case may be. Whatever it is, bro. Like you can't please everybody, but that's just the way I feel about it. And like I said, I respect y'all's opinion on it too, and how y'all feel about it. Because you're right, Harry. You're 33 years old. At your age, you really ain't got time to waste, bro. It's just like, and Sebastian even said it too. He's like, before I even wife you up, we gonna smash. I'm trying to see what's up before you get wifed up. And these days, that's a lot of men. That's majority of men. Like, Ain't no man trying to wipe no girl up before they smash, bro. Let's be real. So
There's not a thing I hate more than a hoe who gonna tell you on the first date, no, I'm not trying to smash. So it's like and that's the same time, like it's like it bothers me immensely. Like it's like now you think you're gonna judge that hoe differently because she decided to have morals that night. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's be serious.
and you know for a fact she a hoe.
She belongs to the streets.
Bro, the amount, it don't matter. They're gonna be who they are. If she a hoe, she gonna be like, oh, she gonna play that. It's the perfect way, right? Like a girl, she knows she a hoe at home. She moves to a new town. Bam, she meets a guy. She's like, can't deal with him on the first night because then he just gonna think I'm a hoe. So I'm gonna make him wait for the second night, and then I can be wifey. That shit don't make sense to me. She a hoe. She a hoe. And
She belongs to the streets.
But I don't mean that you can't hit on the first night.
She moved to a different city, bro. It's a clean slate, Papa.
Clean slate, exactly.
Hey.
She a hoe, you know, she a hoe. It don't matter.
Hey, bro. Hey, the cat facts don't lie, dog. Pull up the cat facts.
I'm not usually like this. Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, damn, all my boys said you was though. God,
Good luck trying to find the VIN number, bro.
you can't even run the cat facts. Damn, dog.
Oh, man. That's funny.
Shit. That shit was never reported. Oh man. But no, man. I mean, like I said, I think you guys make some good points for sure. But just for me, that's just a small indicator. That's just something that just comes on my radar, and I might be like, not too sure. But yeah, but like you said, and you know, first date, 10th date, you know, you really ain't gonna know who you're dealing with until y'all really start going further down the road and really get to know each other and shit. But yeah, it is what it is, man. It's 2024. You just never know.
I love it. I love to hear it. Anyways, with that said and done, we'll go into the last one for the night. So this is another interesting one. Do you care if your significant other likes the opposite sex's pictures on social media?
All right. I think that, like, if we're gonna keep it real, I don't think anyone likes that when that happens, right? No one wants to be in that situation. But I think that what the point is, it's social media. That's what it's there for, right? You're gonna like posts, like you're gonna like everything. So anything that happens, you know, like I think it depends on what kind of picture it is. You know what I mean? Like if I see Buddy sitting there, you know, fresh off his workout, topless, flexing over here, and he put the effects on the picture and everything, and then I see your name at the bottom. It's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, and I think that's that. And then I think that it's more sly. Like you'll sit there and you'll like and you'll see her name on the picture of like the guy with his like mom or like his sister or something. And it's like, oh, you liking this one? But it's like, okay, fine. It's a family picture. Y'all are friends on Instagram. It is what it is. But I think it depends on the picture. Like I think when a guy is sitting there trying to post like when these guys posting their little thirst traps and then you see your girl down there, it kind of hits a little differently. Now it didn't work like beef or whatever. Like I don't think so. But you know, like at that point, then you just have a conversation with your partner. You know what I mean? Tell her, hey yo, like this ain't cool or whatever it is, and then. No, don't go fucking unlike it because then it shows that I talked to you about it and then now you unlike the post. So just leave it. Just don't like anymore after that. So, you know, we could be going about it.
Yeah, I think yo, you made you alluded to it a little bit, man. I think context matters, bro. I think obviously the kind of pictures that you're liking, and that goes both ways, bro. Let's not. We're not gonna be one sided on this one. I think it goes both ways. As a man, if you're really out here liking these IG models pictures with the ass out, thongs, half naked, I can see why our girls are gonna get upset about that, bro. So I understand it. I get it. And same thing for our girls when they are here liking dudes pictures, like you said, fresh out of workout, sweating, no shirt on, da. Yeah, I'm gonna feel some type of way. I'm gonna be like, interesting. I wonder why you liking that picture, right? But yeah, but if it's like a picture of their dog or a picture of like, oh, my car or something like, all right, bro, whatever. I don't think I'm gonna get too upset about it. But another thing comes into play is who that person is, right, in their life, because a lot of times, it's like, do you have a history with that person? You know, has there ever been any kind of attraction with that person? Yeah, and I think that matters as well, because I think if it's like, oh, you're liking my brother's pictures, I'm like, oh, whatever, it's my brother, bro. Like, my best friend, like somebody that I trust. I don't have an issue with it. But if it's somebody like, I'm like, I've always been sus about him. I've always felt some type of way about him because I think he had something for you. Then yeah, I'm gonna feel some type of way about it. I'm gonna have an issue with it. And same goes for her. If she feels like the other chick, has something for me, and I'm liking her pictures, then she has every right to get upset. And I can't get mad at her for that. So that's my 2 cents on that.
Okay. No, yeah, very, very good points. And I agree with those points for the most part. My only thing that in order for me to get to that point in terms of, getting to the picture where my girl is liking like a shirtless picture of some other dude and he's sweaty, whatever, from right out of the gym, like I got to do some sort of research to find that. And if I have to, be after my girl like that to see what picture she's liking, then that's already a problem. I don't have time for that shit. First of all,
absolutely.
For me, it's like
sorry to cut you off, Harry. You would have to be following that dude too,
right?
For you to be able to see that.
Which is what I meant. Like, you just happen to see her name at the bottom, because sometimes it'll show like I guess your closest friends, and it'll show like sometimes I see a random post and it shows Kareem like that shit, and I'm like, I don't need to know that he liked it, but it'll just show his name and like
because we're friends. So that's what I'm saying, Harry. Like, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to put that out there, bro. Like, you would have to be following that guy as well for you to even see that. And if you don't follow that dude and you still see it, motherfuckers, because you were digging. So
100%.
Yeah, but go ahead, man. Sorry.
And like I don't want to do that, first of all, and so because of that reason, like I don't put too much emphasis on that, because like Sebastian said, it's social media. That's what it's there for. I think people take it a little too serious, aside from the specific situations that you guys spoke about. So I can care less, man. And that's something I really don't have to deal with, because my girl is pretty much non-existent on social media. She does have profiles, but she doesn't post very much. It's just there for her to kind of scroll down the timeline and look at content or whatever the case may be. So that's a blessing in itself, but I really don't look too far into that. Again, that's something that I would care more if I was in high school or in my mid 20s or whatever the case may be. But I'm looking for other indicators. If I want a reason for me to even think that my girl is doing something wrong. Like liking some dude's picture is not it for me. Like I'm not gonna have a conversation about it, because I honestly can care less, to be honest.
Yeah, man. I think honestly, bro, once you find yourself digging through your significant other's social media, like you're going through their followers, who they're following, like once you start doing that, bro, like that's a slippery slope, man. And you're just gonna take yourself down a fucking rabbit hole of shit that you don't want to see. And I never
you go find some shit you don't want to see.
Yeah, you don't. and that's what I'm saying, bro. If you're finding yourself doing that, bro, that's just
already an L.
Yeah, that's already an L to me. So it's like, bro, if I'm doing that, then to me it's a wrap, bro. I can't find myself in a situation like that where I'm constantly having to check my girl's social media, who she's following, who's following her. Like, nah, dude, I don't like Harry said, bro. We grown ass men. We ain't got time for that, dude. Well, we have other priorities that we need to focus on, and that is not one of them. Believe me, that is not one of them. I don't go through.
You know what? I'm gonna go as far as if you're a guy out there and you do have time for that, you're not doing enough throughout the day, brother.
Facts. You broke. No, you ain't making enough money, dog.
The buck. Yeah, you need to step your game up, because that's why you're getting cheated on at the end of the day, because you ain't shit.
just to add to it too, like it also, like if you do happen to see your girl liking someone else's post, I don't necessarily mean nothing. If you trust your person, you know she's not gonna be out there doing shit. And again, context, whoever it is. If it's like a fucking actor and you see her down there in the post, who gives a shit? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that don't matter. And if it's someone you know also, and of course she gonna like the post because she knows that person. So like, there's no point of getting upset about shit like that.
Yeah, and I know for some girls, they actually see it in the way of, oh, he's liking an IG model's girl's picture. She has 3 million followers, and who cares? Because she doesn't even have any idea that your man even exists. So who the hell cares? So that's a good way to see it too, to be honest.
No, it is, which is why I said the person matters too. Like who you're.
No, of course, no. I agree. The specific situations you guys came up with, like that's valid. You know what I'm saying? But like I would have to like just out of nowhere randomly get into that picture and like see like the comment section. I'm not normally in people's comments like that, so I don't know. It's tough because that's a specific situation, and it's I would be hot too. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm also not looking. Fuck that.
Yeah, it's even worse, Harry. You're mentioning comments. Like, what if your girl goes and comments on that specific
Oh nah, listen, nah. You got a problem there. So you walk down, you see a girl dropping heart eye emojis all over this man's pictures and shit.
No, that's a problem.
You crossed the line, bitch. What's going on? Reel it back. You crossed the line. That's crazy.
Yeah, because now it went from a like to actually you putting some thought into it. Jesus.
Yeah, that's a L. Because usually I know people that just like everybody's post just because that's what they do. So I know people like that. So like to me, those kind of people, I'm like, bro, it don't matter, bro. But if you're sitting there and actually type in something, that means you took your time. You thought about what you're about to write, and you press send.
Answering with his questions and shit. He asked a dumbass question with his caption, and she answering at the bottom. What are you answering? That don't got nothing to do with you. Stay out of that shit.
Facts. Very, very, very good points, though. I like it. I don't knock anybody for it. Like everybody has their own boundaries and whatnot. So.
No, I mean, obviously that's something that y'all need to talk about, man. And obviously, if it bothers your partner, then obviously find out, why that bothers them, and like that. Like I think with everything, you got to compromise. It's like, all right, cool. You don't like me to do that. All right, fine. I won't like specific girls. If she's like, I just don't want you to like these girls' pictures. All right, whatever, bro. Like if that's gonna make you happy, I'll do that. And it goes the other way as well. So that's just what it is, bro.
I'm gonna be like, cool, I agree, but if I'm gonna agree to these terms, then you got to deactivate the IG period.
Yo, this nigga's hella toxic, bro.
I'm kidding, bro.
Deactivate the whole thing.
Yeah. Get rid of your social media completely. Damn, hella toxic. He's like, you can have Facebook though.
Facts, exactly. I mean, do people still even go on that?
I mean, I do be scrolling through that hole once in a while. I ain't gonna lie, but shoot, man, yeah, it was a fun one, man. I think we got through pretty quickly. I think our answers are pretty good and short and sweet. But yeah, man. Once again, Sebastian, I appreciate you coming on, my boy. It's been a while now, so for a few more times, we're gonna ask you to come back on. So if you get the time, my boy, we'll love to have you come back. So with that being said, man, if you're new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that post notification for us, man. It helps us out. And obviously, bro, if you wanna follow the IG page, you can do that as well. And then you can follow us on IG. Our handles are listed under our names. But yeah, if you ain't got anything else, man, we're gonna call it a night. On that note, appreciate y'all. See y'all on the next one. Peace.
Dan Campbell really gotta stop gambling for